Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. We get more information on the austerity measures that will be implemented in a little over a month. Also tonight, many wonder what is next for the human parole that will be coming to an end soon. And a program is being offered to promote energy conservation in the CNMI. In sports, can Frank crank it up a notch? Some experts think so. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Get more, do more with Docomo Pacific. Enjoy endless local calls and SMS with 30 gigabytes of data for only $59 a month. Sign up today and get a Samsung J6 smartphone free. Connect with the familia, share your moments with your primos, and celebrate the Marianas way every day. The possibilities are endless. On the fastest network that gives you more. Docomo! Now available at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Some conditions apply.
Choose the right seat and reduce the risk of injury to your child. Infants need to be in the rear-facing car seats. Keep them here until they outgrow the seat. A forward-facing car seat has a harness. This will help limit your child's forward movement during a crash. As your child grows, you can move them into a booster seat, but make sure they are in the back seat. Before using a seat belt, make sure the belt can fit your child properly. The lap belt must lie snugly across the upper thighs and the shoulder belt across the shoulder and chest. Keep your child in the back seat at least through age 12. It's the safest place.
Buckle up. Every trip, every time.
Half a day, Tirwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, May 31st, 2019. The Office of the Governor released a statement yesterday informing the public of a cut in work hours for department and agencies under the executive branch. We sit down with Office of the Governor Press Secretary Kevin Bautista for more information. Under Governor Ralph Torres's directive, a 72-hour work schedule will be implemented for departments and agencies under the executive branch, starting with the pay period of June 23, 2019.
We saw the numbers presented to us by the Office of Management and Budget and the Department of Finance. Current budget projections show us that we would run out of money in August of 2019.
$9.7 million is needed to cover the remainder of the fiscal year in order to remain at an 80-hour work schedule, which the CNMI does not have. Agencies that will be affected by this will be...
In terms of agencies that are affected, it's the entire executive branch that is not an autonomous agency. So we're talking every single line department, such as the Department of Commerce, Department of Finance, the Department of Fire and Emergency Medical Services, the Department of Public Safety. We can try and go down the line. I'm trying to think about departments, but then this also includes line offices within the Office of the Governor, such as the Bureau of Environmental Coastal Quality, BECQ, our Homeland Security and Emergency Management Office, and every single executive branch department and agency that has a critical government function.
The 72-hour work schedule is projected to run through the end of the fiscal year of September 30th, 2019, where around 4,000 employees will be affected. And the reason for this cut of 8 hours per week is?
If you want the most general answer about that, it's really Super Typhoon U2.
After the typhoon hit back in October, tourism was at a standstill for 2 months, bringing the economy to a standstill as well.
From October 25th to about mid-December, there was absolutely no tourism industry to speak of. Airports were shut down. Critical infrastructure was was abysmal at best. And at the same time, businesses were not finding a footing in order to not only attract tourists, but also at the same time generate revenue as a whole with any type of business activity, since most families and residents were still at home recovering from the storm. So that 2-month period of essentially zero economic activity really brought our budget projections to a level where it hasn't been seen in ages.
Bautista says this 72-hour work schedule is the best option Governor Ralph Torres could see working until the next fiscal year starts, which will be October 1st, 2019.
This was the most painless decision or option that the governor made over several other more drastic options. So scenario one would be if we were to keep it at 80 hours through the remainder of the fiscal year, that's about $3 million per pay period for the seat of my government, with no reduction in hours, no freeze on overtime. That would essentially have us run out of cash by about August, by the pay period of August 4th through August 17th, which is the middle of August. We would run out, and we'd have a budget shortfall to cover about 3.3 pay periods. Another scenario would be scenario two, which was the 64-hour cut. A lot of people in our community remember those dark days where we had a 16-hour cut, and it was a 64-hour work schedule back in the early 2010s. And that would still not take us, that would still leave us with about 1.8 pay periods to cover with the shortfall and take us only to about the middle of September.
For the chosen option of cutting down to 72 hours, a 30-day notice is required to be given to all those affected in the form of a formal letter issued by agency heads and concurrences from the Attorney General and Director of Personnel, which Bautista says will be given Monday, allowing for the agencies to be closed every payday Friday starting July 5th. But many wonder why now?
And then we learned eventually that we just do not have the cash right now sustainably to keep that to keep the $3.3 million needed for a pay period for about the 3,000, 4,000 government employees that we have under the Central. So that's exactly where we are now, and it shows that we're trying to be as proactive as we can be to get us through the end of the fiscal year, and then eventually when we get a new budget authority for fiscal year 2020, we then look at our cash flow from there.
Additional austerity measures under the governor's directive include no accrual and payment of overtime or competency time, no new hiring for locally funded positions until further notice. KSPN asked to speak with Governor Torres on his decision to implement the 72-hour work schedule, but was provided that Governor Torres is on island but won't be available to speak on the subject today. Reporting for KSPN2, I'm Ashley McDowell. Humanitarian parole is a major issue in the CNMI right now. It was released back in December that the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services will not renew parole programs for spouses and parents of U.S. citizens in the Marianas, immediate relatives of citizens of the freely associated state, certain stateless individuals, persons with permanent resident status, and in-home caregivers after the parole through these programs expire. A transitional period of 180 days for those affected was given, which means June 29, 2019 is the last day for individuals under the parole authority to either depart the island or get a different legal status. And now, many wonder what is going to happen next.
I know that Congressman Kalili has a legislation in Congress, and so he briefed me on it over the weekend, and he is hoping that things will begin to fall in place to address the issue before the June 30th deadline. So we're very hopeful that he's going to be able to do something, that U.S. Congress would either pass that legislation, or that the USCIS and Homeland Security will be able to address the issue administratively.
The Department of Public Works is offering an energy rebate program to promote energy conservation in the CNMI. The CNMI Division of Energy under DPW is inviting home appliance distributors, realtors, and vendors to register for the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands State Energy Program, Energy Star Alliance Rebate Program. The program is designed to encourage energy efficiency. Interested participants must meet the minimum requirements and perform the services of having the ability to install Energy Star logo and qualified products, must be able to provide required services, must comply with all federal and CNMI laws and regulations relating to recovered refrigerants, must agree to adhere to the requirements of the program, and must attend a mandatory meeting on June 5th at 10:30 a.m. at the Division of Energy on Capitol Hill. Interested participants on Tinning and Rhoda may attend the meeting through a teleconference. The release states that letters of request to participate in the program must be addressed to Director Thelma B. Enos at the CNMI Energy Division office. Letters must be submitted to the office on Capitol Hill or received by email no later than 4:30 p.m. on June 7th. The release states funding for the program is provided through a grant by the U.S. Department of Energy. The Marianas Visitors Authority has announced the release of the official Marianas Guide. A release states that the names of over 170 tour guides and tour operators under the MVA's Tour Guide Certification Program is now available to the public. There has been 270 Mariana guides certified under the program. For certification, tour operators and tour land and sea transport operators must attend 20 hours of class at the Northern Mariana Islands and provide proof of good standing in the CNMI to MVA. For more information, visit mymariana.com or contact MVA at 664-3200. The Department of Lands and Natural Resources and the Western Pacific Regional Fisheries Management Council is announcing a program to help develop bottom fish fisheries. According to a release from DLNR, the program will include a fishing vessel, workshops on marketing, bottom fishing gear, and seafood safety. The program is free, but only has space for 10 participants. The program is set to begin June 1st through June 2nd in Lower Base Saipan. For more information, contact Augustine Kaipat at 670-322-9834 or email at kaipat.dlnr.gmail.com. Coming up, we tell you some of the picture-perfect locations on island. Find out more after the break.
Get the phone plan you're looking for at IT&E. Stay connected with the strongest, widest, and most reliable network in the Marianas. Stream, share, play, shop, and surf the web with super fast 4G LTE data. Whether you need just a few gigabytes of data to get by, or if you want to go further with unlimited data, there's a plan for you. You'll always get the best price. Visit any IT&E store or call us to learn more. IT&E. Explore your world.
You know the rules. Eggs and sausage, hotcakes and butter. Morning fare, right? Well, McDonald's has thrown away those rules and opened a new world of possibilities. Now you're free to start enjoying the breakfast you love anytime you wish.
No way.
Yes way. Introducing McDonald's new all-day breakfast menu. Once you changed how you ate breakfast. It's time to start changing when.
Welcome to the Marianas Eye Institute. Our office on Beach Road is staffed with U.S. certified eye care technicians, doctors that have received national recognition, and a friendly, professional staff that will look after you and your loved ones. With over 1,200 eyeglass frames to choose from and an in-house lab, we can make most glasses in about an hour, and we even feature a mobile clinic to bring eye care to you. Keep your eyes healthy and strong with professional eye care at the Marianas Eye Institute.
Mental health. What is it? What is it?
What is it? It is my feelings.
It is my emotions.
It's what's in my head.
It is being able to realize his or her own potential.
It's coping with normal stresses in life.
Half of adult mental illness begins before the age of 14. Over 40% of children ages 13 to 17 experience behavioral problems even before they reach the 7th grade. Suicide is also the third leading cause of death among youth ages 15 to 24. These numbers are not easy to absorb, which is why we want to remind the community that the emotional well-being of a child is just as important as their physical health.
The Community Guidance Center Systems of Care under the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation offers an array of services and support for children and youth ages 5 to 21. One of the most important ways parents can help is to listen to their children and to take their feelings seriously. They may want change, they may want a hug, or they may want to seek professional help. So take the time to talk to your children and understand how they feel, because
children's mental health matters.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. From sunrise to sunset, Saipan is notorious for this capture. Residents know where to go for the picture photo. And our own KSPN video journalist Delbert Camacho informs us of some of those locations.
The thing about this island, there's a lot of places to go to.
The east side beaches for sunrise.
One of my favorite places to take sunrise videos, East Bay, Lala Bay, or even like Obzan Beach, Ladder Beach.
And the west side beaches for sunset.
Best places to get sunset, anything west of Saipan for me. Like right now, this is one of my favorite places to get the, as you can see, there's the tanks in the there's the tanks out there. You can kayak there, sit on the tank, get a good epic Instagram photo. One cool beach to go to is the Hyatt Beach. There's this sandbar there where you can just walk, and yeah, just the view with the blue ocean, the reef, it's just, the colors really pop out there.
To capture it all from above.
One of the great places to shoot videos on top of the Peace Park over at the lower base. You go up there, you can just see the blue ocean, the Managaha in the back, and then you can go in the middle and it's just like a grass field, like picnic style.
Video journalist for KSPN2 News, Delbert Camacho, has lived on the island his entire life, and of the many locations to capture these shots, his favorite spot is right here, directly in front of the World War II tanks in the lagoon, and Managaha, not far off into the distance.
I like shooting places where there's a lot of history in it. Like one of my favorite places for Saipan is the tanks here. The two tanks that shows a lot of history, shows us, it tells a story. In Tinian, the Taga House, that's one of my favorite places to shoot. Yeah, like I said, just knowing those stones were there like thousands of years, it's just really, it really gets me. Also, what I like, one of my favorite places is actually Old Man by the Sea. Just the formation of that rock there, and if you in the perfect angle, you can actually face to face that rock and get that solid nice photo.
Camacho says a popular and go-to photo opportunity for many visitors is in Marpi, the north side of Saipan.
Yeah, one thing I noticed up in Marpi, right across the former Marianas Resort, there's this yellow picture frame there. You see a lot of tourists taking their picture there, and if you face north, like in a right angle, you can get Suicide Cliff inside the frame, so you can just stand in the frame and get your pictures, and yeah, that's pretty cool place.
Another must-see for tourists before they leave, the new Saipan sign.
The Saipan sign, it's been painted recently, so it has like the flag symbol there. That's a really nice sign there.
The best hour for snapshots, golden hour.
Golden hour is a photography term that we use. It's basically the hour right before sunsets, where the sun shoots out in a diagonal way, bounces off the ground, and then just hit straight forward, you get all that orange, all that green, all that yellow. The colors just really, really pop up.
And Camacho says this is the best time to shoot the ocean.
Right when the sun sets, the colors it's really nice, it's really calming. And you see the reflection from the water and the sun, just that line straight down. It's a beautiful shot right there.
Pretty beautiful. I admit I'm prejudiced, but I never get tired of looking at Saipan sunsets. All right, coming up, our Friday night regular special. You know what that is.
Say hello to the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. Hop today. This is Ray. Ray lives in the island of Saipan. And this is Ray's dance group, 2911. For 2911, dance is more than just a hobby. They use dance to spread love, foster creativity, encourage teamwork, inspire the youth of the Marianas and abroad. Even as far as Korea. Gosh, just look at that view. No matter where they are, they can share their passion for dance with the Marianas and the world. Always fast, always clear. When they stream here, it's fast and clear. When they're live here, it's fast and clear. When they share here, it's fast and clear. Everywhere fast, everywhere clear. With the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. Docomo Pacific, better together.
You deserve more. Hey, I know it's been hard. Come on, let's go for a ride.
Hi, welcome to Dow Rent to Own.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now this feels like home.
Dial Rent to Own. Making lives better since 1987.
Four capabilities for the ultimate family adventure. Mitsubishi Outlander. Out of this world.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
KSPN2 Sports is brought to you in part by Triple J Motors.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, this weekend, Frank the Crank Camacho resumes his UFC career in UFC Stockholm with a clear shot at redemption. Frank the Crank Camacho brings a 1-3 record into this bout against German Nick Hein, who is 14-4 at UFC Stockholm. The latest odds posted on MMA Mania have this fight as even.
But in their expert analysis, this is what they wrote. Picking someone who's lost 3 of his last 4 and got horrifically knocked out in his most recent fight generally isn't the wisest course of action. But Frank Camacho is a bargain. Nick Sergeant Hine simply doesn't have the height, reach, or striking technique to win the sorts of brawls that he likes against quality opponents. Camacho's half-foot reach advantage and experience in drag-out slugfest should carry him to victory. MMA also is picking Camacho and Alexander Gustafsson as the best parlay pick of the night. Another article says Camacho's fights are some of the most high-action ones in all of UFC, averaging 6.23 strikes per minute while absorbing a whopping 7.82 strikes per minute, meaning that a strike lands every 4 seconds nonstop. The fact that he's only been knocked out once shows how tough this man is, according to the writer. UFC Stockholm begins midnight on Saturday, local time, and can be seen on ESPN+.
All right, good luck, Frank. The CNMI, in fact, all of the Marianas is behind you. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's have fun with the top plays of this week. For the first time since a stop and drop is top. Coming in at number 3, zombies. KSPN2 Sports prefers zombies over humans anytime because they can conquer anything. No obstacles in their way. Coming in at number 2, a canoe. Let's call it 2A. The Marianas High School Lady Dolphins take the High School Girls Outrigger Championships. And 2B, the Kagman High School Azuzu win the Boys Outrigger Championships. A tie for 2 in the Outrigger canoe. Woohoo! And the Triple J top play of the day, Chris Leon Guerrero with this delayed drop. The Triple J top.
Is that fair? That is fair. That is fair.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
All right, today's high 88, the heat index 100, the low 79, humidity 70%. A little bit of rain and at the airport collected 0.07 of an inch. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, some clouds coming in, including possible thunderstorms and rain, east winds 10 miles an hour. High 89, low 79. Seas calm out there, 2 to 4 feet, moderate risk of rip currents. Sunrise at 5:45 in the morning, a low tide, of course. Low tide at 39 minutes past noon, and then sunset, they don't get better than they do at this time of year, 6:44.
So some potential rain this weekend.
Yeah, now we've gotten these clouds have changed instead of just like being, little cotton balls that flow away. Now it's like last weekend I had a cloud sit over my house. It was blue sky on the left, blue sky on the right, and this one cloud right over my house rained for 4 hours.
Wow.
Not heavy, just a light drizzle. There's no wind.
Well, you know what we hope for? I hear a special birthday is tomorrow.
Your birthday?
Your birthday.
Oh, it's got to be somebody's. Every day somebody's birthday.
It's your birthday. Do you have any special plans?
I was going to watch this.
Are you going to watch the news channel?
This thing we're going to show you here.
Yeah. Is that it?
This is it. We're going to see it, I think. We got it, boys? This is it.
All right. And the weekend starts?
Yeah, right now.
All right.
As soon as we see this video that I keep talking about.
All right. Well, have a great